NASA is planning for 3 new moon missions this year as the race to build a lunar city takes shape. Take a look at these renderings of the so-called moon base. The $20 billion center will serve as a hub for science, technology, and exploration. NASA officials are hoping to maintain a presence on the South Pole.
We are leveraging the NASA playbook from the 1960s, figuring out what works and what doesn't in this epic science of survival, because the moon base is as beautiful as it is hostile.
CBS News space consultant Bill Harwood joins us now. So 3 moon missions scheduled for this year. That feels very ambitious. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, they're really fleshing out this plan they announced about a month ago to build a moon base, an actual base for astronauts to live, if not full-time, then for very long duration missions near the moon's south pole. So to get there, they're trying to gather as much data as they can. So they've announced 3 missions that'll happen this year, that'll take off this year, that are going to send rovers to the moon and science instruments near the South Pole to begin studying that environment up close and in detail to collect the kind of data they need to plan these moon landings and moon base, and also to test technology. These rovers are things that can be operated remotely by flight controllers on Earth or by astronauts once they get there. So very ambitious. And at the same time, the landers that'll carry these missions to the moon, they're also big players in all of this to test landing technology. So putting all this together, it's an incremental approach to eventually launching the habitats, the nuclear power sources, solar power, all of the infrastructure you'll need to support a base where astronauts can live for months, if not years at a time.
And this base is going to cover hundreds of square miles. So what do we know about what it'll look like, how long it'll take to build?
Well, when you say cover hundreds of square miles, they're planning on scouting out those kinds of distances. The base itself, it's not going to be buildings spread across hundreds of miles. You'll have habitats in one area, power stations in another area, maybe research stations further afield. It's really going to be quite a very spread out sort of base, if you want to think about it that way. But when they're talking about is these initial missions with unpiloted flights or between now and 2029, then they're going to transition to putting habitats on the surface where astronauts can live and work for shorter periods, and eventually, and this would be post-2032, putting habitats and infrastructure there that can support these near full-time missions. So it's quite an ambitious plan. They're starting at the beginning. Like I said, it's an incremental approach, but they've earmarked nearly $1 billion for these initial missions with these unpiloted landers and rovers.
Bill Harwood, thanks so much.